Have you ever found yourself pausing for a moment, maybe late at night or in the middle of a quiet afternoon, and wondering why the things you've longed for still feel just out of reach? You've done your best to stay hopeful. You've whispered your wishes into the silence for abundance, for clarity, for a deeper sense of meaning in your life. And yet, here you are, still waiting, still circling through familiar loops. Progress seems to flicker just ahead like a mirage, only to fade away as setbacks rise again. Doors that felt like they were about to open suddenly close. Opportunities slip through your fingers like fog. And in those moments, it can almost feel like luck. Real, transformative, life-changing luck is something reserved for other people. Like it's some untouchable force that brushes past you, barely acknowledging your presence. But what if that's not the full story? What if this cycle you've been caught in isn't endless after all? What if it's leading somewhere, toward a subtle but powerful shift? And what if that shift is already underway, right now, in June 2025? This month may be more than just a date on the calendar. It could be a threshold, a moment of quiet, cosmic importance, not loud, not flashy, but incredibly potent, a gentle turning of the tide. And no, this isn't about superstition. It's not about hoping for miracles or chasing fantasies. This is something deeper, something rooted in ancient wisdom traditions, astrology, numerology, and spiritual philosophy that have quietly guided seekers for generations. These teachings tell us that the universe is alive with intelligence, patterns, rhythms. In this June, something unique is beginning to take form within those patterns. An alignment is forming, one that opens a kind of energetic doorway, a space where clarity becomes sharper, where desires manifest more quickly, and where your inner compass begins to point with greater certainty. At the center of this cosmic opening are six sacred numbers, not random digits, but living codes, frequencies, keys. Each number pulses with intention. Each one carries a vibration that speaks directly to the deeper parts of you, the parts that are just beginning to awaken. These aren't magic spells or tricks. They're reflections of truths that already live inside you. They're reminders, invitations. And if you've been seeing certain numbers repeat on receipts, on license plates, in dreams, it's not by accident. The universe rarely shouts. It whispers, it nudges, it speaks in signs and symbols and patterns that repeat until we finally pay attention. This June, the whispers are growing louder. This moment is like a spiritual gateway, thin, potent, sacred. Mercury's influence brings laser-like focus, helping you cut through the noise and connect to your truest priorities. Venus softens the heart, dissolving barriers to love and receptivity. These two energies dance together, creating a portal, a point of convergence. And in this sacred space, the universe asks, are you ready? Ready to receive more, ready to shift, ready to align with something greater than what you've been settling for. Because something is indeed about to unfold. And if you're open, truly open, you may step into a version of your life that exceeds your current imagination. And that's not all. There's one more number, a seventh, hidden until the end. A master code, a rare, potent vibration known not just for its symbolism, but for its power to magnify, to activate, to bring swift clarity, aligned action, and meaningful abundance. It's like a final spark that ignites everything else. But before we get there, we walk slowly. We listen closely. So take a breath. Come into your body, let your mind settle, and gently say to yourself, I am ready. Let's begin with a number that doesn't crash into your life like thunder, but instead arrives like sunrise, quiet, golden, undeniable. This is the energy of number 3. It's the flicker in your chest when a melody from your past drifts through the air and pulls at something forgotten. but still alive. It's the moment you remember who you were before the world asked you to shrink, to dim, to stay in line. Number three is expression. It's creativity, communication, and self-trust braided together into a single current of energy. You feel it when a sudden idea grabs hold of your thoughts and won't let go. When a child's laughter cuts through your mood like sunlight through clouds. When a beam of morning light falls across your desk and everything feels possible. These are not coincidences. They're whispers, clues. Number three appears when your soul wants to play again. When the universe leans in and says, you're allowed to feel joy. You're allowed to create. You're allowed to take up space. And beyond the surface, there's a deeper echo. In Buddhist teachings, the number three reflects the sacred triad, mind, body, and spirit. It's a symbol of harmony, not perfection, but wholeness. When these three parts of you begin to move in rhythm, when your thoughts, your actions, and your inner knowing are aligned, something extraordinary happens. Life no longer feels like an uphill struggle. You're not forcing your way forward anymore. You're flowing. You're carried by a current that feels natural and light, even in uncertain times. You begin to create not because you have to, but because it feels like breathing. Speaking your truth becomes less about courage and more about coming home to yourself. And in June 2025, this energy is amplified. It's as if the cosmos is offering a microphone to your inner voice. Your creative spark may feel stronger. Your desire to write, to dance, to build, to share might rise up with urgency, with clarity. Don't dismiss it. You don't need to finish a novel, paint a masterpiece, or stand on a stage. You just need to begin. You just need to honor the nudge. Because every great creation, every meaningful expression, every soul shift starts with a single choice: to answer that quiet call inside, to say yes to the spark. Let number three guide you into that beginning. Then comes the number 18. It doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't arrive with fireworks or fanfare. It enters like a breath of fresh air, quiet, steady, undeniable. The energy of 18 is gentle but profound. It doesn't push you. It invites you. It leans close and whispers something you may not have realized you needed to hear. You can let go now. This number carries the vibration of release, of clearing space, not through force, but through awareness. It asks you to pause and feel into what you've been holding, the emotional weight that has gone unnoticed because you've carried it for so long, the lingering fear around money or scarcity that tightens your chest without warning, the subtle doubts that whisper into your daily decisions, slowing your momentum before you even realize what's happening. 18 is the reminder that you don't have to keep carrying all of that. You were never meant to. Imagine your life as a room you've lived in for years. It's familiar, comfortable in some ways, but also cluttered. Not just with physical things, but with old patterns, outdated beliefs, emotional debris. You've grown, but the room hasn't. It's filled with memories that no longer support you, habits that keep you looping in the same cycle, regrets that hang on like dust in the corners. But now, the windows are open. A breeze stirs the curtains, light streams in, and, for the first time in a long time, you can see what you no longer need. What's been weighing you down? That's 18 in motion, not a storm, not a dramatic upheaval, a soft, powerful shift. It's the feeling of clarity returning to your chest. The quiet freedom that comes when you realize you can stop trying so hard to fix everything and simply release. The beauty of 18 is that it doesn't ask you to fight. It asks you to surrender wisely, to loosen your grip, to trust that letting go makes room for something better. And this is what June is here to support. Not just chasing what you want, but clearing space so it can arrive. Sometimes The most powerful action isn't effort, it's release. Not pushing harder, but softening the resistance. And when you do, don't be surprised if the very things you've been praying for start showing up in unexpected ways, with ease, with grace. That's not chance, that's alignment. That's the quiet power of number 18 at work. Next, we arrive at the energy of 10. At first glance, it might seem simple, clean, even ordinary, but beneath its surface, 10 is far more than a number. It's a threshold. It's that moment just before the curtain rises, the inhale before you speak your truth, the stillness before everything changes. Number 10 is a quiet culmination. It holds the weight of everything that came before and the promise of everything that's about to begin. Maybe for a while now you've been working quietly, behind the scenes, in the privacy of your own inner world, healing wounds you never thought would close, rewriting old narratives, learning how to trust yourself again, slowly, gently, patiently. Maybe there were days you wondered if it was even working, if the effort mattered, if anyone saw, if you saw. 10 is here to tell you, it mattered, it counted. You've been preparing, and now you're ready. This number speaks the language of cycles. It marks the end of one chapter and the soft, sacred beginning of another. Where 9 is closure, 10 is the door just starting to open. A new cycle calling you forward, not blindly, but with wisdom, with everything you've gathered and integrated. You may not have noticed the shift happening within you because it didn't come with fireworks or fanfare. It came through quiet victories, through the way you kept going when it would have been easier to quit, through the soft choices that aligned with your truth, even when no one else understood. And now the energy of 10 surrounds you like a steady flame. It carries calm strength, quiet certainty. It doesn't shout, "Leap!" It simply whispers, "Step forward." You're not lost anymore. You're not questioning the path. You're walking it. You know who you are now. June holds space for this kind of transition. It doesn't demand drama. It invites presence. Feel into the moment. Honor how far you've come. And then let yourself cross that invisible line between the old and the new. Because the truth is, you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience, from embodiment, from knowing. That's the gift of number 10. The doorway is open, and the path ahead is waiting for you to say yes. Then comes the number 28, an energy that carries a profoundly important message about connection, collaboration, and the power of community. Unlike the earlier numbers that often highlight individual transformation, 28 invites you to shift your focus outward, not away from yourself, but toward the truth that no one truly walks their path alone. This number is a beautiful blend of two energies working in harmony, the gentle, relational vibration of 2 and the powerful, abundant frequency of 8. The number 2 is the heart of relationship. It speaks to the give and take that makes connection real. It's about balance, cooperation, and sensitivity. It reminds us that the dance of life isn't meant to be a solo performance, but a carefully choreographed duet, or even a larger ensemble. 2 symbolizes partnership in its many forms: friendship, family, romantic bonds, mentors, teammates. It's the understanding that we are woven into each other's stories. Meanwhile, the number 8 brings the energy of prosperity, success, and achievement. But it's not just about any kind of success. It's about abundance that arises when effort meets integrity. The kind of abundance that rewards smart, ethical action, where what you give out is returned multiplied. The energy of 8 is like a steady river of flow. When aligned with right intention, it carries the fruits of your labor and vision in ways that feel both abundant and sustainable. When combined, 28 forms a powerful invitation to build, not just with skill or talent alone, but with people. It asks you to remember the power of connection as a foundation for lasting success. It's a call to show up fully in your relationships, to nurture trust, to seek collaboration over competition, and to recognize the value in every hand that helps lift the load. Think of 28 as the energy that helps you see your life's work as part of a larger tapestry. Your achievements are threads woven into a communal fabric. When you lean into the support around you, friends, colleagues, mentors, even strangers, you don't just climb higher alone. You create a network strong enough to support many and flexible enough to adapt and grow. This is especially important in a world that often pushes us toward isolation or individualism. The energy of 28 gently counters this, reminding us that we rise better, stronger, and faster when we rise together. In practical terms, 28 asks you to cultivate your community. It encourages reaching out when you might normally hold back. It calls you to trust the power of mutual support, not as a sign of weakness, but as a source of incredible strength. It's about giving as much as receiving and understanding that the flow of energy in relationships is never one-sided. In June, the energy of 28 may show up as opportunities to collaborate on projects, deepen friendships, or form new partnerships that align with your highest goals. It's a time when teamwork can multiply results far beyond what you could achieve alone. This number also encourages you to pay attention to the give and take in your relationships. Are you truly showing up? Are you open to receiving as much as you give? Are you honoring the contributions of others? At its core, 28 is a reminder that your path forward is interwoven with others. When you lean into this truth, you invite a kind of abundance that's richer than material wealth, an abundance of connection, purpose, and shared success. It's the power of building not just a life, but a legacy rooted in community. So as June unfolds, listen for the call of 28. Let it inspire you to step forward, not alone, but together. Because the journey we travel hand in hand has the power to transform not only our own lives, but the lives of all those we touch. Which brings us to 37, a number that arrives not quietly, but like a wake-up call for your soul. Have you found yourself moving through the days on autopilot, going through the motions, checking off tasks, maintaining routines that look perfectly fine on the surface but leave you feeling hollow inside? Like something important is missing, even if you can't quite name it? That restless, uneasy sensation, that tug deep in your chest, is 37 knocking on your door. This number is here to say loud and clear, this isn't all there is. You've outgrown a chapter in your life. You've evolved beyond old habits, beliefs, and roles that once fit, but now feel confining. 37 challenges you to acknowledge that the comfort zone you've been living in might be cozy, but it's also keeping you small. It's not about ease or convenience. 37 isn't a gentle whisper. It's a firm, honest call to awaken, to peel back the layers of routine and illusion and face the truth with courage. This number demands authenticity above all else. It asks you to take a hard look at what's no longer real in your life, the relationships, jobs, mindsets, or lifestyles that drain you rather than nourish you. It's about shedding the old skins that don't fit your growth anymore, even if it means stepping into the unknown. And yes, stepping into the unknown can be scary, but 37 reminds you that real expansion, true transformation, never happens within the safe boundaries of fear. It requires boldness. It calls for honest choices that align with your deepest self, not just what feels familiar or expected. Think of 37 as the beacon lighting the path from a life that merely exists to a life that truly thrives. It's the invitation to move beyond surface-level satisfaction and into soulful fulfillment, to stop settling for what's comfortable and start reaching for what sets your heart on fire. June's energy supports this kind of awakening. It offers the strength to say goodbye to what no longer serves you and the courage to walk toward what is waiting for you to claim it. So when 37 shows up, don't shy away. Listen closely. Feel into the truth it brings. Because this number isn't just about change, it's about evolution. And you're ready. And now we come to 34, the final, the bonus number, the master code that arrives quietly but carries immense weight. Think of 34 as your steadfast companion in this journey, a silent yet powerful presence beside you, whispering a truth that's easy to overlook in the noise of everyday life. You're not done yet. There's still so much more inside you waiting to be awakened, waiting to be expressed. 34 is a number of profound permission. It hands you the key to a fresh start, not a restart born from fear, regret, or pressure, but a rebirth grounded in freedom and self-compassion. It invites you to step into your life with a new mindset, a new heart, and a new energy that says, I will live fully, authentically, bravely. This is the permission to begin again, without apology, to shed the weight of past disappointments or doubts that have held you back, to step forward not because the world demands it, but because your soul longs to show up not as the person you thought you needed to be, but as the person you truly are, imperfect, evolving, and radiant. But 34 does not sugarcoat the journey ahead. It doesn't promise a path lined with ease or certainty. Instead, it offers something far richer and far more transformative. Movement, truth, beauty, movement, the gentle but unstoppable momentum of growth, the courage to keep taking steps even when the destination isn't clear, the willingness to embrace change as the only constant. It's the energy that tells you to trust the process, to keep unfolding, even when progress feels invisible. Truth, the deep knowing that living your fullest life means embracing your authentic self with all its light and shadow. It means releasing the masks, the expectations, the fears of judgment. It means standing in your truth, even when it's uncomfortable or unexpected. Beauty, the rediscovery of joy, not the fleeting joy that comes from external achievement or validation, but the profound joy of simply being alive, the joy of each breath, each moment, each small beginning. The beauty of growth itself, in all its messy, miraculous glory. If you have been waiting, searching, longing for a sign to move forward, this is it. 34 is the cosmic nod, the gentle push, the sacred invitation to say yes, to life, to yourself, to the unknown possibilities that lie ahead. This master number carries the power to amplify everything that has come before it in this sequence. It gathers the creative spark of 3, the liberating release of 18, the readiness and calm strength of 10, the communal power of 28, and the awakening call of 37, and fuses them into one potent energy. With 34, all these energies coalesce into a force that invites you to fully embody your potential. It's a call to not just move forward, but to leap with intention, with courage, with grace. June is the perfect time to answer this call, to honor where you've been, to celebrate how far you've come, and to embrace the vast landscape of possibilities waiting for you. This is your moment to step into your freedom, to begin anew from a place of power, truth, and joy. Remember, the journey is far from over. You are not done yet. And with 34 guiding you, the best is not just ahead, it is unfolding right now, inside you, ready to bloom. So as we draw this moment to a close, I invite you to pause, to take a slow, deep breath, breathing in fully, and then letting the breath out with ease. Let your body soften. Let your mind quiet, not just in your head, but deep down in the quiet chambers of your heart. This is a sacred space where truth lives, not the kind of truth that demands perfection or achievement, but the kind that asks only for presence. The universe is not calling on you to be perfect. It's not asking for flawless answers or for you to have everything figured out. Instead, it is inviting you, gently, patiently, to simply be here now, to feel your feet on the ground, your chest rising and falling, the pulse of life moving through you. In this stillness, listen. What is rising inside you? What feelings, thoughts, or desires are quietly coming to the surface? Perhaps it's a sense of hope, or maybe it's a flicker of fear. It might be a gentle curiosity or a deep longing you've barely acknowledged. Whatever it is, honor it. Allow it to exist without judgment or resistance. These feelings are not obstacles. They are your guides, your internal compass, pointing you toward what truly matters. You do not need to have all the answers right now. You do not need to rush or push. Just allow yourself the grace to feel, to witness, to understand that presence itself is a powerful act of courage and self-love. And then, when you feel ready, even if it's just the smallest nudge, take one step forward, just one. This single step, however small or tentative, is the beginning of something new. It's a declaration that you are willing to move, to grow, to engage with life on your own terms. As you carry this step with you into the unfolding days of June 2025, hold this truth close to your heart. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, in perfect timing with the universe's flow. Every experience, every challenge, every moment of waiting has prepared you for this now. The universe has been quietly weaving the threads of your journey, sometimes in ways you couldn't see or understand, bringing you to this rare and precious moment of alignment. So trust in the timing of your life. Trust in the rhythm of your own growth. Trust that all the pieces are falling into place, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. You are right on time. You are exactly where you need to be. And the next step is already unfolding beneath your feet.